Pacific. Number 2, Gabby Peak. Number 4, Baxter Thew. Number 5, Lainey Johnson. Number 11, Rochelle Borromero. Number 12, Olivia Lysiak. Number 13, Tara Badana. 17, Maxine Peak. Number 21, Brianna Clark. Number 23, Chloe Gordon. 24, Natalia Giannakos. Number 25, Priya Skiraja. Number 1, Chloe Seros. Number 3, Ebony McHugh Shaw. Number 10, Maya Fernandez. Number 18, Sophia Pacheco. Number 28, Isabel Antono. And number 31, Despina Valicialis.
Good pronunciation, Mr. Jones. These two? That one's on? It wouldn't be a Christie Park game without a bit of wind, would it?
Oh God, it's still reasonably warm.
Well, actually, here at least you're somewhat covered in the rain.
Like roof leaks.
That's true. But it's at least a roof. Also, at Rockdale, it's just a net.
Yeah, that's true.
And then at Turramurra, you don't have anything.
Yes.
And I've been there when it was poured. Stood there with no umbrella with a raincoat on. So I just gave up that book. When I was like, that's it. Call it. That was to see it. Some players' names are getting made up. It's one of my first days last year. The year was.
Still
Yeah, I've done it. I've done through the men's games. A couple of games. I don't tend to get too. Hobby of mine. I know there's a few guys.
Yeah, they're the best people.
Another game I haven't bought. It's all last minute. What do you do, son?
Just the stats, just the GRN stats. So generally do Christie Park and Lakes Davis.
Yep.
See you against the Gladesville Magic.
Nice. Spirit were good this year.
Yeah.
I mean, they've looked good for the last couple of years. It hasn't
Yeah.
quite gelled for them, but they've got the squad this year. Like,
Yeah, well, obviously, it must have been the first game or second game, so that's only what it is. They looked a whole lot better than last year.
in the men's club, they should have no excuse for not being good because we started with large variance in this area, and it's only going out this way further towards the hills. There's no other teams, so you're going to come here, right? Whereas in the west or out west, there's other teams, the talent, you know.
No, but I just think they look switched on as well. Like, there was times last year they were sort of like that in the league.
Yes, definitely. They really only turned up for the games that they wanted to win. I saw them play a great game here last season, and they played brilliantly, just counter-attacking the league as well.
Yeah.
Now, the rest of the other game I played too, but yeah, Test one, test one. Christie Park, match day one. Goal for someone. Here we go.
Did you do any other broadcasts work?
This is the only one I get some cash for. I started off for a long time doing the community radio run.
Yeah.
And we did a lot of rugby league on a Saturday in the New South Wales Cup, or even lower than even like right down the Sydney Shield kind of standard. We've sort of worked our way up to be quite a big player in that space. We don't get paid to do it, but we're well renowned in that space now, and we're starting to gel different teams and stuff. So it's coming together, which is good. But yeah, I've done that as much in the late years because I got back into playing football myself when I was about 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
And then on a Saturday in the afternoon, that's when the leagues played. And then this is on the Sunday, and then like most people have been doing it as well. So I've been doing this for a few years now. But yeah, I do league and this mostly. I'll chime in for the occasional cricket game there. Yeah, very well. I think my knowledge of cricket is slim. Oh, nice. Don't fancy yourself on air?
Maybe one day. I do, so I produce the business program.
And a very good afternoon and a good evening to all the football fans out there around the world, in Australia and especially here in New South Wales. Welcome to Christie Park for match day one of the 2025 National Premier League Women's Season Kickoff. We are here for the Gladesville Ravens up against Sydney Olympic for match day one. coming to you live, of course, on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. We are super excited for this one. My name is Dom Rizzuto. It's a pleasure to be here again from the Valley, the Arctic Circle, the wind tunnel, whatever you want to call it. It's blessed us, of course, with some fabulous windy conditions. Hopefully it won't be too bad coming through our microphones for you, and you get a nice clean audio, but even more importantly, a nice clean game and clean vision for what should be a cracking opening game here between two sides that will really fancy themselves competition challenges in 2025. Both sides are coming out onto the field now, so let's run you through the teams. Starting off with the away side, Gabrielle Peak in number 2, Baxter Thu, the new signing, in at centre half at number 4, Lani Johnson is 5, 11 is Rochelle Borromeo, and 12 is Olivia Lisayak, 13 is Tara Baudana, 17 and captain Maxine Peaks. They've managed to keep her in the off-season. In goals, Brianna Clark at 21, Chloe Gordon 23, Natalia Giannakos is 24, and 25 is Priya Skuriaga to round out the starting side. And then on the bench you've got Chloe Tizeros, the backup goalkeeper, Ebony McHugh-Shaw getting a bench spot today, Maya Fernandez in 10, Sophia Pacheco is 18, 28 is Isabel Antonio, and 31 is Despina Valasaladis. We'll get that one right, I do promise you, when she comes on. When we get down to the starting side for the Ravens, playing home today, of course, here at Christie Park. In goals today, and getting the call-up from the under-20 squad from her exploits last season, is Eliza Coleman. At the back, you have Annabelle Daxco in number 3. Charlotte Wolford-Carroll as well, getting her first start in 2025 after bit part roles in the 2024 season. Captain Kimberly Davey once again will sit in that centre half role. Annie Halls will play just in front of her in number 8, the centre midfielder. Claudia Shalakian will play up top in the number 9 role. 13 is Brianna Bucchini, who will act as a fullback. Natalie Sproul is on the wing in 19. Keisha Allen is again the left back. 27 is Alyssa Nsard, and 35 is Sarah Passafaro. On the bench you have Kaylee Shannon, Michaela Kent, Poppy Channing, Kiara Bonora, Hala Thomas, and Sarah Moore in jersey 88, making the jump across from University of New South Wales. Might get her first start today in the Ravens jersey. Both sides are ready to go. It looks like it's going to, and have team photos being taken. Looks like it's going to be the Ravens in the Magpie Newcastle strip, the black and white pipings running from left to right across your streaming screens, and in, of course, in the historic blue and white stripe, the Olympic side will run the other direction. I'm just trying to get up some referees for you today as well. We'll give you the runaround as to who is officiating this one and who is going to be making all the important decisions. Of course, that information to me has been blocked out, so I'm going to find it another way. We'll get it to you as soon as possible as the huddles commence. Both sides have had changes this year. Interestingly, one of the stories we were looking to see was former Ravens keeper Romina Paraguirre play in her new colours at Sydney Olympic here today for the first game of the season, the former Chilean international. She's not here today. That information is not available to me at this present stage, but we will hopefully see her throughout the season. But it would have been nice to see her in this one. The referees today, in the middle you have Chloe Gray, and then the assistants are Isabella Fritzkowski and Eliza Skinner. As we are now underway, Olympics going to kick us off. 4th versus 7th from last year. Can both these sides improve on that? Olympic get us underway. The form guide would say that on paper it would be Olympic as favourites in this one, particularly with quite a few key members out for the home side. No Lexi Moreno, no Isabella Habuda in the squad today. That's enjoying lengthy off-seasons. It's always difficult at this time of the year as things ramp up. As the ball comes through here, almost pinched by Giannakos, but Coleman was out early to collect it. But the opening signs are there for the home side. But they will need to be on their best behaviour at the back. They bring this forward. Again, Olympic. Dealt with defensively by the Ravens. Only initially, though, as they have lost the ball inside their own half, but again, it's propelled away as both sides show some early cobwebs regarding their passing. And now the Ravens look to break. Shalakian has managed to keep this ball in play. The ball comes across towards Keeney, but it's dealt with and then just hoisted away from danger. Time it was Ansard, apologies, who was lurking. Plenty of players coming up through the ranks here at the Ravens, as they've become quite a impressive, not just first team outfit, but impressive all-round club. There's a free kick is given there for a little nudge in the back to allow Olympic to escape the initial pressure from the home side. As I was saying, they've become an all-round outfit. The Gladesville Ravens, big change for them, obviously not so much in the player department, as I mentioned previously, losing Romina Paraguirre in the off-season, but losing coach Guillermo Rubio, who has departed in that period of non-play, replaced by Lauren Phelps, who was in charge, of course, of the reserve side's triumphant premiership run in 2024, which explains a little bit why you're probably seeing quite a few of those players from that squad feature here today, and I imagine they'll feature quite a few times throughout the season. So plenty of youth in this squad for the Ravens in 2025, and it's probably something that they have probably been crying out for since they entered the competition, as they have to deal with the danger of the counter from Olympic. That clearance not good enough from Coleman. Ball gets whipped in here to Giannakos. She can't bring the ball down, and Ravens are able to sweep clear. As I was saying, plenty of youth, so they're going to see a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of speed, a lot of fitness from this new look Ravens side, at least today anyway. I imagine some of those senior players will return at some point during the season. Nice little interchange here from the Ravens. Oh, lovely run here. That's sensational stuff down the left-hand touchline as the Ravens burst clear. This is a wonderful run. Strong running here. Casafaro winning a corner. Electric pace down that left-hand side. And we will have our first set piece here in the women's competition in 2025. Whipped in towards the back post. There's players there. Had to be punched away rather uncomfortably by Clark. It stays in as well. And now they play this forward. That's a nice pass to Giannakos. Has to play this one forward, and she does. Coleman's got to be quick, and she is, and she's there. Because otherwise, Olympic were in. That's how easily it can be done in the beautiful game. Commit too many forward at the corner. Punished only moments later. It's a nice build-up play there by Ziek. It's Baldana. Giannakos now is called for offside. As the wind in the sails is taken out of the attack for Olympic. Ravens switch it across here. Is Allen. Through to Daxo. Oh, lovely turn again there from the attacking front three for the Ravens. It's Giannikos now. Loses out though. Bikini takes it and now played through from Shalakian, but a little bit slow on their haunches. The players in front of her weren't expecting the ball to come through. Oh, nice touch dealt there by Badana. And then brutally headed forward by Captain Maxine Peake, playing up top. Comes that throw now. Badana. Moving forward on that occasion. Gordon resorting backwards. Oh, it's a nice way to ball, but Allen steps up. Now Shalakian in a yard of space to bring this forward, and she does have pace. Opening opportunity for a wonderful goal! Sarah Pasafaro opens the Ravens campaign with an absolute worldie. I have to remain somewhat mellow because I would love to refix the lyrics of this song to a more famous version, football version of it. But what a strike by Sarah Pasafaro. She's looked to lead down that left-hand side early and has got her side off to a beautiful start here at Christie Park. And this young Ravens outfit are looking good in 2025 already. Early doors, of course, with only 8 minutes passed at Christie Park today. She found a yard of space and she just put the afterburners on and just whipped it near post. No chance for Brianna Clark in goals. I don't think she was really expecting the shot to be whipped so ferociously at the near post. There is a bit of breeze behind us here at Christie Park. It sort of circles around. You never know which direction it's coming from. But at the moment it seems to be very much favouring the Ravens as it sort of comes across us here. Will prove interesting. Shalakian lays this down nicely. Wilfred Carroll was waiting for it. Still pinging around in the area. Eventually it's cleared in ugly fashion by Olympic, who look a little rattled after this first goal, one might say. Long throw again to Shalakian, it gets up well. There's Wilfred Carroll. Olympic a bit more assertive in defence on that occasion. They've still got to deal with throws from Bukini, and she's got a real rocket on her. Oh, lovely layoff from Shalakian, flick towards Clark in goals by Wilfred Carroll, who's been lurking in and around that 18-yard box on 3 occasions in a row there. She finally got the opportunity to produce a shot on goal and just didn't quite have the purchase on it to get past Clark. It would have had to have been something quite special from where she was sitting. That's a poor giveaway there by Baxathu, the new centre-half for Olympic, but she's reprieved as Hall's intervention is too heavy. Thu sending it across. There's Lysiak. Nice to get the ball forward. It's poorly done so, and now Pasaforo tries to use her pace to smash straight through. Doesn't do it on that occasion. right now this pace on the Ravens is proving a little hard to handle. The back four of the Wayside. So Thu did well initially, and then almost tripped on the ball. Wasn't punished on that occasion. Nice ball forward here to Peak. Here's Borromeo, who loses the ball. Allen in at centre half today, not at the back. Peak just trying to work themselves back into the game. Control a bit of the possession. That is a poor mistake. Big long throw from Bukini. Dealt with there by Johnson. Arnie Johnson at centre half. Long throw again, and it's had to be headed away from a corner by Bardana. Ravens completely on the front foot so far. And they could maybe find themselves 2 goals in front early on here. To contend with a bit of breeze as well. It's nicely weighted towards that penalty spot. Allen was looking for it. Doesn't get it. Now Peak across now to Gianna Cost. Davies got to be careful. Does enough. And then Peak can't bring it down. Still with the Olympic side, but they lose out there. They managed to win it back. Pressure still on here. They lose out again as Wilfred Carroll pinches the ball. And then Johnson straight into the back of Shalakian, and there was a chance there for Pasaforo. She just couldn't quite get her feet sorted. She'd managed to just bring that into her stride. She was well in on goal. The quick free kick, smartly taken. And the ball is left to roll nicely by Pasaforo, but it's just going to creep out of play. So, build up again here from the back for Olympic. Ball goes out again. Passing particularly down this left-hand side has gone astray one too many times for Olympics' liking. Aerial ping pong going on here. Genie heading it back. Saad trying to find a way forward. Nice header there by the member of the crowd. Definitely no future goals for that one. Key with a long throw again up to Shalakian, who does wicket onto Wilfred Carroll. Here's Daxto! Oh, just a good strike right at the feet of Clark, who had to react well. She did make it look a little awkward. I don't think she was really expecting it to become that low and that quickly as well. It's certainly prepared for something finishing much further up her body, and it didn't come in the end. But there was another glorious opportunity for the home side to extend their lead. Ball forward to Shkuriaga is too heavy and it goes out of play. The top towards Shalakian. Just goes out of play. It had a moment of hope on it that it might stay in. Nice flick on there by Peak, but it doesn't connect with Giannikos. Here's Sard now. Just goes long first time to Wilfred Carroll, who could get on the end of this. Clark is well positioned. Oh, they lose out here as Wilfred Carroll pinches it and has a go from range. Bounces on its way through to Clark, who for a moment was backpedaling the shot. Didn't have the purchase on it to fly past her on this occasion. Just can't seem to string those passes together at the moment. Olympic, they're just losing out a little bit in that middle third. Here's Buccini now. With Sard. That ball stays in play. Buccini strolling forward. Eventually I get it out of my mouth. Here's Shalakian, who is onside. Has players in the middle to aim at. Good whipping ball for Daxko, surely for two. Can't bring it down. It just bounced awkwardly for her. And then Peak rams straight into Allen, takes her out. Referee's going to pause play here. It's a strong coming together between the two. But wonderful play down this right-hand side for the Ravens, the grandstand side, I should say. Is through. It's a nice ball there from Baldana, but a poor giveaway. Means that Passaforo can take the ball forward. Comes back to Halls. Goes wide. Great chance now. Back to Passaforo. Just loses out there. Skuriaga back doing her defensive duties. Oh, lovely turn from Passaforo. Still going, looking for that pace around the outside. But it's a good tackle down low by Gabrielle Peak. Put forward into the box is not a good one. The Olympic survive. At least rule out there, left back not being able to deliver a more effective cross. Or giveaway again by Olympic, but they get away with it. No, they don't. Here's Wilfred Carroll looking to get a shot away. Let's get it onto that left foot. She's eyed it up a couple of times now. Not close on both occasions, but allow her the space and the opportunity, and it's eventually going to click, one might think. Bardana links up well with her midfield. Still going here, Bardana. Lovely touch. Eventually loses out, but they keep the ball, Olympic. Daxko wins it back well. Now plays it through to Shalakian. Lani Johnson was well placed. get towards the halfway mark of this first stanza. Good interception again by Zaxko. Now the ball forward here to Pasaforo, who's going to look to take on through for pace. She's got Sard in the middle, and Shalaki, and surely! No, wonderful save by Clark down low. Still with Hall, looking for a go. Blocked once, twice, and then there's a call for a handball. Would have been harsh. But they go agonisingly close to the home side for a 2-goal lead. The telling touch in the end by Lani Johnson just took it away from Shalakian's right foot. She reacted well for a left foot shot, but Clark had really closed down the space well. That's exactly what the home side want. Pasaforo out on that left-hand side with room to move. Absolutely burnt, backs the through for pace. Sproul, unable to keep control of the ball and has to concede possession. Here's Borromeo, to take on Davey for pace down the outside, cuts back, looking to get it on that right foot. Pulls it back, it's a wonderful cross into the middle, but no one could get on the end of it in a blue and white shirt. In the end, Buccini does enough. And then Sard is clever with her escape. His haul now. And they'll just play this sensibly out. Here's Daxko. Shalakian wants the ball. Buccini up to Sard, who will keep this in just. And can bring this forward. Looking for Wilfred Carroll, who just clears it healthily. And now Olympic looks to counter with Borromeo. Borromeo finds Giannakos, but that's a poor pass to find Peak. And now they come again. Ball forward. Pasaforo is always on the reserve list to get that one. Sides guilty of giving the ball away rather cheaply throughout this half, but particularly in the last couple of minutes. Let's try to create a bit more dynamism in the midfield here, the Olympic side. Easily cut out there by Buccini. The initial control almost afforded an opportunity for Olympic to pinch the ball back. But Sard was back in cover and is very silky on the ball. Shalakian nudged in the back by Thu, and that'll be a free kick. Sproul, nice ball there into Wilfred Carroll. The layoff to Shalakian is half decent as well. Has a go from range. This time it had a little bit better weight to it. Third time was not the charm on this occasion. The young playmaker. But she's working her way into the match with those shots. This is a nice run here, storming forward, come Olympic. Annabelle Zaxko, though, with a wonderful challenge, and then Sard with some silky skills, and then Maxine Peak, the captain, with a classic professional foul. Some might say that she is fortunate to not have conceded a free kick there. It was initially great work from Scuriago, who's dropped into a more central role here. Davey just sends this one long to Shalaki, inflicted on well. Oh, and Wilfred Carroll just couldn't quite get the toe required to nudge it into a position to fashion a shot. They really need to sort that out defensively, the away side. Claudia Shalakian has won every header that has been put forward to her. And I know that Lani Johnson doesn't have that height, but Baxter Thu as well should really be there dealing with that. Peak. Nudged too aggressively for the referee's liking. Thu just goes long into the wind. Chance here. But Coleman was well composed. Speeding through was Borromeo. Oh, that's wonderful from Saad. Wonderful. She's got Shalakian in the middle. Uses her, brings it down well. Still going. Plays it through now. Wilfred Carroll. Oh, and that will be a penalty. Great composure by the front three. Initially, it was all Saad's work. Rinsed Baldana down the touchline. The ball into Shalakian was nicely weighted too. The forward had to bring it under her spell quite well, and then the pass through to Carroll was nicely placed. And then smartly, the number 5 was clever to spin back towards the defender in Gabrielle Peak, who brought her down. And now Davey to make it 2. It's Hall. Great save by Coleman, and it's saved again. Oh, brilliant from Clark. Hall took the penalty. It wasn't a good one, but she saved it right back into danger. Shalakian had the easier finish to put it away after that, and she's drilled it straight into the keeper too. Brilliant double save. What a moment that might be in this matchup. Pasaforo trying to keep this in, it won't, and Clark keeps her side right in the contest, right before the half-hour mark. And Olympic dodge not 1 but 2 bullets in quick succession and keep themselves only down by 1. What a start we've had here at Christie Park. Romeo keeps the ball. Will that spur them on? That's a poor giveaway. Peak. Initially, she wins the ball back. Good ball now to Skuriaga. Peak wanted the ball early up. She couldn't find that angle. Now it's through. Skuriaga. Good ball over to Baldana, but the wind has not been favourable on that occasion. Nice turn there by Peak, but she loses out. She's got a couple of players surrounding her, but she hustles back to win the ball. Comes out to the other Peak, Gabriella. Teaming up together. Hall is there to cover. Only initially, though. Peak wins it back and will win a corner for Olympic, their first one of the day. And already, you can just see a little bit more thrust in the Olympics play after that wonderful piece of keeping just before by Clark. Not a great corner, and Davey gets it away. Only comes as far as Baldana. Can't bring it down. Sard tries to pinch it, but it comes favourably towards Bacchini. She's got Sard in front of her. Doesn't make the pass. Had to. Still got it, though. Has Sard in front of her. Does find her eventually, but Baldana manages to cover and stop that from moving forward. It's another missed opportunity on the counter for the Ravens. Have to make those passes stick. Genie now. Wants to get the ball through, but they just never sat down for her. And then she's hacked at it and it goes out of play. They could so easily be a few goals up here, the Ravens. They only find themselves up by the one. The one, of course, a wonderful strike by Asafaro. If they do go into the sheds, just the one goal up, Olympic will probably take that as a small victory. Nice work by Zatsko. Plays the ball forward to Pasafaro, who's got the pace to get there ahead of Thu. Will try to go around it, you think. But Baxter Thu on this occasion is too big and too strong. Well, it must be said that the penalty really should have been dispatched to a better standard. Hall will live to rue that potentially. So often reliable and sturdy in the middle of the park. She's really made it her own in recent seasons. A couple of seasons ago, was coming off the bench when the Ravens first came into the competition. Now is the first player on the team sheet. But she didn't get that one right. Oh, it's risky by Lani Johnson. Gets away with it in the end. Here's Peak now. Isaac has to find the right of Peak. That's a poor giveaway by Pasaforo, and it's afforded the opportunity because Sproul moved forward. Here's Borromeo trying to get it onto that right foot. Still with Giannakos. Has to go back to Peak. Back to the winger. Has to go around Sproul. Can't get past the long legs of the left back. Does win the throw. Ball in there, Puccini deals with it. Comes to Baldana, who has a go at it. Caught in two minds there, you think. I think she wanted to go for it and chose not to. Advantage played there as Johnson tumbles to the ground. That's a nice ball forward. Here's Peak. Misses the control. And only manages to fashion a cross that goes out for a goal kick. Just going to have a momentary pause while Mexico does her shoelaces. Nice ball out there from Coleman, and nice ball on from Sproul as well. Pasaforo will keep this in. Only momentarily, as it's again failed to sit down for a Gladesville player at a key moment. Nice hard up there from Borromeo. Goes back to Bardana, but Saad doing the defensive duties. Olympics starting to contain this Ravens side a little bit. Lysiak fakes once, does a lovely little run to try and find Peak. Very close indeed. Counters on now with Hall. Pasafaru looks for the ball forward. Then back into the path of Shalakian, but Carroll with a poor pass. Thu steps in, but only into traffic at this stage, and then pushes over a couple of the Ravens players. Everyone just sort of stops for a moment. Peak needs to be careful here. That should have really been a free kick, I would have thought. Followed through, took Pasafora out after she won the ball, and now Skuriaga can break through Olympic. In the end, just to sides to just settle down. Chance from the local fans. Ravens are the best. They'll need all of that as they eke towards this half time. Baldana coming down that touchline with a bit of speed and vengeance, but can't get a ball past the first defender. And now Hall brings it forward. Shalakian dallies on it ever so slightly, and Johnson comes in to make sure that she doesn't go much further forward. Kick has been called here, probably for the nudge. Someone harsh. Not much complaints from the Olympic players. Ball sent forward in the wind. Just a bit too heavy. It wasn't a bad attempt by Genie. It's difficult to judge when you have the wind coming with you. Johnson will bring this forward. She's got some room to move into. Plays it over the top to Peak. That's nicely weighted. Using the wind to effect on that occasion. Maxine Peak has players in the middle. Can't find them. Ravens deal with the danger, but Olympic are just starting to pick up a bit of pace here in terms of the way that they're moving the ball. Not dallying on it as much as they were at the start of the half. That, unfortunately, though, is a poorly taken throw. Does not put the Ravens under any sort of danger. And they will gleefully take the goal kick. Coleman didn't like the option, so we'll go long. Hasn't had much to do. Starting duties in 2025. It's going to be a free kick given here. Another one of those collisions of about 3 or 4 players, which results in a rather nasty knock. This time it's Chloe Gordon that's gone down. She was sandwiched between a few players. And it will be Olympic with a chance to put this ball in the mixer. Mixer through the obvious target. But this Ravens team does have a tall back line. Johnson whips it in. Dealt with emphatically by Kimberly Davey. Baxter through to Peak. Does make its way through to Borromeo. It has a go, but Davies there to pinch it. And Datko just misjudged the trajectory of the ball there. Loses out. Olympics still have the ball here. Intensity of this home side has dropped ever so slightly in the last 10, particularly after that pen miss. You can just see that there's a little bit of level of disappointment. Whereas the away side feel a little bit more buoyed by what the result of that was. Baldana with a poor touch, and now she plays it forward to Shalakin Spuccini. Lovely touch to go around Thu, but Thu just managed to correct her run. It was initially a lovely touch around. We're going to get a pause as Baldana is down hurt and hobbling. Referee Chloe Gray just making sure that the fullback is okay to continue. No Olympic substitute is being hurried into the game. It's not a great pass though from the injured Baldana. She didn't have anyone in front of her, to be fair. She just sees out of play. She's still hobbling here. She looks very ginger. I'm surprised there hasn't been a call to make a change just yet. Shalakian wins another header. And on this occasion, it doesn't go towards a black and white shirt. Wants to go around Hall, can't do it. Marshall. Cheney goes long up to Sard. Baldana just nicks it away. Just a couple of minutes remaining here in the first half. Not too sure how many minutes of stoppage time we're going to get. Sard keeps this in. Shalakian finds Wilfred Carroll, who's onside here. Tries to go near post. Catch the keeper out. On this occasion, that is not going to work. Comes ball forward from Davey, but it's Thu that steps up to deal with it. Quite a bit of movement across the park in terms of player positions for Olympic. Here's Peak into Borromeo. This is nice from the away side. Davey is across to send it out for a throw, though. Reads the play well. They were getting cut up there, the home side. Starting to gel a few passes together. Intricate passes, that is the away side. Halls just sends it out. Some other games happening around the grounds today, which we'll get to at some point. We are close towards that final whistle for the first half. Baldana, Skuriaga loses out, and can potentially the Ravens counter one last time before the end of the first half. The referee's had a check of the watch and has now blown that whistle as we aforementioned only a second to go. An intriguing but cagey first half here at Christie Park between the Gladesville Ravens and Sydney Olympic. Both sides have obviously got some cobwebs to dust off, understandably. But they'll both be looking to improve a little bit in the second half. A wonderful goal scored by Sarah Passafaro, the difference between the two. And then a very, very important double save by Brianna Clark from the penalty spot has kept the score at just the 1-0 here on match day 1 between these two. Both very even and both very hungry for the 3 points. Second half, not too far away here. And we're looking forward to seeing what that next 45 will produce. But for both sides, they're going to need to produce something if they are to claim the coveted 3 points here today. We'll be back shortly here on the Football New South Wales live stream from Christie Park. For now, it's Gladesville Ravens 1, Sydney Olympic 0. From where she stands, it's the run to the ball. And the run through is important because you have to kind of see where you're going to go. If I'm running at it from a straight angle, right, I'm not going to get my laces right? So realistically, it's quite obvious when you run at it, because she runs at it straight and does that, you can see it coming. Whereas if you come in a little bit more of an angle, come around and yeah, you can even lace it along. You know, it was like exactly where she was going. It's going to the left. That's what all right footers love to do. They love to curl it in like that. Most people like to go around the keeper like that. It's an easier finish. So put the laces to it, go to the bottom corner of the left. Most right-footed players as well for diving to the left. Right-footed, so foot.
That's smart, though. She did that all last year in the reserves. Just get the ball without here and just run it down.
They've got some serious talent in that reserve grade squad.
So they won 4 minutes, really?
This is the
One
thing,
off the
right?
woodwork, one easy was like...
They've got a serious region of talent to pick from here.
And I think the appeal of being women's own club as well. At least the top level, yeah.
That's obviously the spirit, as you mentioned, the only women's club is a big one. They've done very, very well.
I know that was a big take last year, but I'm pretty close away for a season.
They have some, I'm interested to see they aren't playing a lot of their first graders in last season. Yeah, Isabel's not on the up front, which is an interesting one.
I saw her running earlier, so I don't know whether she just
It wasn't even on the.
yeah.
There's no Lexi Moreno.
She's a
So that'll be a big thing. But I tell you what, like that size, she's unbelievable as well. Yeah. The two.
Where did she come from?
She was in there on the squad as well last year from memory. I remember she played a few games off the bench for them last year. The biggest thing that they've had as a challenge, they haven't had any pace the past few years. And they've got, and I mentioned it before, they will have always been quite an older side. You know, how much you her. Sonata, she would have made a big difference in the middle for a couple of seasons, but definitely looked off to the pace last year for sure.
But also, I think Chapman was just something with the ball solutions to 50 pieces here and there. Do something really good and then it's just like spinning the ball.
Yeah.
I think at the moment. Yeah.
Good to have you back here for the second half of match day 1 of the National Premier League Women's Competition, live from Christie Park on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel for the matchup between the Gladesville Ravens and Sydney Olympic. If you're just joining us for the second half, 1-0 is the scoreline, courtesy of a wonderful goal from Sarah Passafaro. Apologies about the radio silence for the start of this second half. Sydney Olympic have taken an age to come out of the sheds. It wasn't that bad a half, I thought, from the away side, who didn't look the best in the opening 45, but they've had an absolute talking to in the sheds, it seems, or perhaps just needed that extra lungs before they came back out. That can either mean one thing: they're about to come out fired up like you've never seen them before, or there's some real demons being exercised in between the four walls here at the Christie Park Community Centre / sheds that they've got here just at Macquarie Business Park. Nice weather as well again today here in Sydney, despite the, as what many have called the tease of the century, Cyclone Alfred coming through the upper echelons of the Australian coast. I believe it has finally hit the Queensland shoreline, and we do send out our condolences and our best wishes to all of those who may be affected during this particular period. But fortunately for us Sydney-siders, it hasn't really touched down or hasn't really had any sort of effect. A bit of wind here and there and some lighter showers, but Sunday has been beautiful for match day 1 of the new season, and we get underway with the Ravens starting us off with the kickoff routine, which again is one in the air by Shalakian. Aerial masterclass today from the centre forward. Doesn't work out in her favour on this occasion. Sproul has to deal with that somewhat awkwardly and just concede the throw. Will always, without fail, bemuse me the set-piece routine from the kickoff. Romeo loses it out to Halls there. Carroll tried to find Shalakian, but it was under hit the ball, and the wind, of course, will be against them in this half, so they won't have that opportunity to burst down the wings with electric pace like they had in the first half as a free kick is conceded. That was very rough there by Baldana, who just shoved Saad over. The referee's going to come over and say that's enough. One more of those and you will see the cards brandished. Ball one back here by Olympic. Sayek couldn't get away the first time, and now Pasaforo can burst down the wing. Tries to go early to potentially Saad there, but she was well behind the ball on that occasion. Surprised that the winger didn't try and bring that further forward. Giannakos to bring it forward, couldn't do much with the cross, and now Wilfred Carroll almost squeezed it through to Shalakian. It's a telling interception by Johnson. Well cut up there by Halls. Saforo still going. Puccini now. Nice ball into Daxco. Puccini looks for the ball forward, but it's held up in the wind. It's probably being a little kind to the pass. It wasn't accurate either. And it's cut out rather simply by this Olympic defence. If you're just joining us, of course, as I mentioned previously, the score is 1-0, courtesy of a wonderful goal by Sarah Pasaforo. Come back to that in a second, as there's an opportunity for the Ravens initially before it's wasted. They do retrieve possession. And the goal was beautifully taken, as I mentioned, by Pasaforo. Shalakian here coming forward, just missed the ball. The game starts to ramp up. There's also a wonderful double save by Brianna Clark from the penalty spot, which kept the score as low as it's been throughout this game. Jenny sends it over to Wilfred Carrot, who's onside. Tried to jump for it, which was a shame, and there was a cry of no from new coach for this year in Lauren Phelps. And I don't blame her, because she was never reaching that ball. If she just let it roll through, there may have been an opportunity for her to get on the end of it. The head coach just bemoaning a few poor moments from her young crop of talented attackers. Saad initially just pulled forward, gifting a silly ball away with a rush cross. Goes out of play for a throw. Thu goes long over to Peak. Nice ball forward then from her into the path of Giannakos, but she stopped by Allen. Slysiak. Calls for handball. Not blown by the referee. It would have been tough. It was only a couple of seconds between not getting it forward and getting it forward. Saforo aggrieved with Shalakian for not being further ahead. One by Halls. Passaforo. Ali's on the ball for a little too long. Peak does enough to get it forward to Skuriaga. It's not great defending there from Davey. She recovers initially, and then Halls cleans up. An Olympic full of running in this second half so far. It's making it a little harder to play out from the back for the Ravens, which they were doing quite effectively in the first stanza. Again, that final pass just lacking for them. Borromeo is guilty of not finding Peak. Free kick given there. Shalakian said she won the ball, but I think she forgot about the first tackle. And this is a great opportunity for Olympic to level. Bit of arguments as to where this free kick will be taken. Yeah, a couple of metres in it. Backs to the obvious target, lurking at the back post if they can get enough whip on it. It's where they were going, but Paulie waited, and then Laxco just sends it well and truly out for a throw. Zayak does really well to win this back, and I think we'll get a free kick as well, as Sproul is a little eager in the challenge. It's pretty much a corner from where they are right now. Can they get a better delivery in this time, Olympic? Yes, they can. Nicely weighted. There's a chance for Peak, who was lurking at the back post, but Ravens were on hand to scramble. There's a nice layoff to Borromeo, who lashed a shot at Coleman. Could break Kleiner here for a Ravens. It does. Passaforo, good ball through. Finds Saad, who is onside. No, says the referee. On the far touchline. It was close. Pressure there by the Ravens defence, winning them the ball back. That's a nice layout there by Daxco. She's looked impressive today in the middle. This will stay in, and Shalakian could get there. Aldana does enough to see it out, but only as far as a throw. Saad wants it early, and she gets it. And then a deflected cross will see the Ravens win a corner. Their first one for the second half. Set pieces at a premium today. Not been many of them. Saad will take this one. Looks to play it short. And the layback from Wilfred Carroll went to Halls, who was not in the right position when it came to her. I think there was just a bit of a slight delay as to what they planned on doing there. Halls just didn't have the time to get around to where she needed to be. Another set-piece routine which didn't really come off. Everyone knows my feelings about the set-piece routine. When it comes off, it's spectacular, but as is often the case, it doesn't. Case in point, that one just there. Nothing beats an old-fashioned straight into the mixer. Halls now. Sproul. It's back onto the right foot. Good ball through. Wilfred Carroll is onside. looks for options. Saad's there, could be two! Just didn't quite get the purchase on it. Have to be a little bit better to beat Clark. But it was nicely built up. It would have been a great goal. That's a good ball out wide here to Baldana. Skuriaga's made the run down the touchline. Gianakos in the middle, as well as Peak. Decides just to drill it into a Ravens defender to find the corner. Will we find a simple set piece on this occasion, or will it be another routine? Looks like it's going to be an old-fashioned corner. Nicely weighted. Coleman is big and strong, and she gets it out to her speedster straight away, Pasaforo. Now she just tries to take them on for pace. Goes on it her own. Just couldn't quite get past the second defender. There was a little trip along the way, which Phelps is asking the assistant referee for, why there was no call with her side going that way, but would have been harsh, I would have thought. As we get a substitution, Borromeo is coming off. A replacement, Maya Fernandez. She's asking the question, the substitute, why me? A fair question to ask, because we've not even hit the hour mark yet, but a change has been made. And Maya Fernandez do something to unlock this game for Olympic. Baldana has to squeeze one through. Let's get it through eventually to Skuriaga. Turns a couple of players. Here's Maya Fernandez now. Gets it out wide to Lazaic. Ravens scramble and then get the ball back via Shalakian, who had time to potentially bring that down and turn, but rush clearance goes out for a throw. Johnson, let's be careful here. Very careful, and sends it all the way down to Coleman's goal. Still really hasn't been tested in this game by the Olympic attacking contingent. Oh, lovely flick by Saad to keep that in. It was unfortunate that no colleagues were around to collect the ball after her skill. Over the top is going to be too heavy. Davey will see this out for a goal kick. For Olympic again, but final pass just goes astray. Oh, goes long up to Shalakian. Her head on to Pasaforo is good. Now she'll look to take them all on for pace. But Baxter Thu recovers well and just nudges Pasaforo off the ball. Now Maya Fernandez with a lovely ball through to Peak. Coleman and Davey team him up well to make sure that the ball doesn't fall at the feet of the Olympic striker. But that was much better. Maya Fernandez showing her class with the ball forward. Well, one there by Allen, and now Halls brings it forward. Passaforo wants it. Will she get it? Ball from Halls isn't badly weighted. Here's Shalakian now. Tries to find Wilfred Carroll, but it got stuck underneath her feet, and then the striking partner ran a different line. Cow now wins a free kick as Fernandez is guilty of just clipping the heels. Halls sends it in. It's nicely weighted in the wind. Headed backwards from Thu. Gratefully claimed by the keeper. Halls intercepts well. Cow. A little stopping the ball and gets slammed in the challenge for it. Davey tries to play Shalakian into a channel. And it comes as far as McGenie. Now Saad goes to take Baldana off a pace. Gets around up. Now tries to get the ball in, but the deflection is kind for Olympic. Still neither side really fashioning any kind of opportunity. The only one to speak of so far in this second half, the chance for Saad. A lovely turn from Baldana. And keeps the ball in as well. Finds Fernandez to Skuriaga. There's a drop deep to get involved today. Baxter Thu. Plays it over the top. The header could be kind here. Sproul has to be careful. Poorly dealt with initially. Clearly not a left-footed left back. She tries to just hoist it away with her right foot as we get another change here. McHugh Shaw is coming on. And a change here as well for the Ravens there first. Sarah Moore is coming on for Wilfred Carroll. It's Giannakos who's coming on for, coming off I should say, for Shaw. Though here for Olympic. So good ball across, just a bit heavy. And Davey just sees it away, only momentarily though, back into the mix-up. Here's McHugh Shaw, what an opening this would be for the substitute. Ball doesn't drop kindly for her. Sarah Moore does well to just get herself involved early on. Haven's just happy to see this one away. Daxco now looking for Saad. Oh, and a classic Falcon. It's going to result in a pause of play. That would have hurt that one. We are now going to have a momentary stop. Next to Thu thumping the ball into Saad's noggin. A real stinger. come off for a quick breather. And we will get the game back underway. It looks like she will come back on. The ice water on the head. Now Shalakian looks for more. Valdana's there to cover. Saad is back on the field. Cheney with a good ball forward. She was under pressure. Pasafora wants it wide. Peaks come back to cover well. Pasafora still going. Gets there ahead of Thu. Referee says play on. Now Olympic counter with Fernandez. What a challenge though there by Daxco. She's been imperative at the back for them. Ball forward by Shalakian to Pasaforo is too much and she won't be getting there. Just skipping across the surface to no one at the moment for both sides. Still plenty of time here to make something of it. You would think the next goal will define the result of this one. Goal for Olympic, I'm sure, will result in the points being shared, I should say. Goal for Ravens will surely do it for them. Moore trying to go around Johnson. He's holding it up nicely initially. Now Bikini with a great ball across. It's not dealt with at all well by the keeper Clark. And then a very, very important block there by Peak to stop Pasaforo from getting a second. I think that was probably going in if she didn't make that telling intervention. She's been safe as houses today, the keeper in Clark for Olympic, but that was not one of those moments. Now the ball comes towards the 6-yard line, but it's got too much whip on it. And it goes out of play before it even reaches anybody in a black and white or even blue and white shirt. Nice pinch there from Moore. Doesn't get it initially, but does now. Downer looking fresh after getting that knock earlier as well. She's really shored up that left-hand side in the second half, which was causing all sorts of problems in the first 45 minutes for the Olympic defence. Here's Shalakian. Brings it down. Back in from Buccini towards Pasaforo. Peak with a telling touch, and now Lazaic tries to break away. Finds Maxine Peake, who thought she was initially fouled and then in the process took out another player and then was adjudged to have conceded a free kick after fouling, I should say, after that, giving away a free kick. That's to the bemusement of the Olympic bench. And then they make this one count here. The home side stretch their lead out by 2. Hall sends it in. It's nicely weighted. Any kind of touch here is going to be important. Sard brings it down. Datsko has a go. Her own player gets in the way. I don't think it would have been on target anyway. So the grudgement won't be lasting. Olympic defend well, and now they've got an opportunity to break. Here's Peake. McShue short. Lazayek's got room to move. The wind just picks up at the worst time for them, though. And that ball forward, which wasn't particularly crisp, made even worse by the velocity being picked up due to the wind. And then that throw barely goes a yard forward because of it as well. Always difficult throwing into the wind. Now that's very nicely done by Sproul. Finds Shalakian well. Pasaforo wants it. Gets it as well. Nice ball from Shalakian. The touch from Pasaforo was a little uncomfortable and Thu comes across. Sort of gave up on it after that though, which was interesting. Much to the frustration of her coach. That's not a good ball from Hall. She loses out. Peake picks it up. Here's Ebony McShue-Shaw into Peake. That's nicely weighted. Fernandez is in the middle. Allen is there to deal with it. And it eventually trickles out for a corner. What can Olympic do here? Fernandez. Nicely weighted. There's Coleman again. There's plenty of players in the middle. Still not without this. The chance for Lazayek and she scores. The equalizer is there. It's not at all pretty. But finally they have an answer. The ball thrown into the mixer. Coleman lost it in between the collision of a couple of players. Somewhat unfortunate, I might add, that it probably was adjudged to have been a drop and not a foul in the middle of all of it. She then went to ground, probably a little early, and just tapped it into the path of Lazayek, who finished very well over the top with many players in a white shirt guarding the goal line. And Olympic do have that leveller, and that penalty save from Brianna Clark, proving now to be a very, very important moment. That's a poor giveaway. And here's Sard. It's play on. Everyone's waiting for the ball to stop, and Sard just moves away with it. Beats one, beats two. What a run this would be. Oh, backs to Thu again. Comes in and then just sends the ball into the car park. Because Maxine Peake is down. She copped a stray knee, it looked like, into the chest by Davies. They came together. So we'll just add a few more minutes on to the end of this game. Up next for both these sides, Gladesville will be travelling to Lambert Park to take on RPA Leichhardt. It'll be a tough one for them. As for Sydney Olympic, they'll head over to the Western Sydney Wanderers, who have been brought into the competition for the first time this year as a substitution is made. The goal scorer, Pasaforo, coming off in her replacement, number 26. Halle Thomas is on. Maxine Peake is still down. We may be there still for a little while. It was a heavy knock. As I was saying, the Sydney Olympic side will head across to Western Sydney Wanderers home ground for their next fixture. They will come up against their former coach too, so they've had two moments where they've had some storylines. Miana Paragira not in goals today, but Brianna Clark has been sensational so far today. Her penalty save proving to be a big point potentially for the away side. Maxine Peake is on her feet, which is good to see, and is good to go according to the medical staff, which is good to see. She'll be back on shortly. Baxter through now. Has to be careful as Thomas put the pressure on. Downer up to Peake, can't find her. Puccini steps in to intercept. Good ball into Shalakian. Lays it off to Moore. Cuts back nicely, Moore. Still going, finds it back to Zatsko. Can she find a shot? Tries to get it back onto that right, still going. Tries to get it to Shalakian, who's probably in an offside position. That's not a good giveaway, and Fernandez tries to bring it forward. Lazayak tries to turn away from Sproul. Can't do it, then turns into Hall. Still going here, Lazayak. And does eventually get the ball forward to Ebony McShue. Rolls it back nicely, and then she can't get it forward, but it does fall kindly for Lazayak. But Keisha Allen steps up to intercept. This game now on a knife's edge. With 10 minutes to go. This ball will find Ebony McShue. Shalakian fighting hard, still going. Halls is in there. Asia Allen again in well to win it back. Shalakian steps well into space and now tries to bring it forward. Pal Thompson wants the ball forward, will get it forward. She has to work hard to keep this in play. Eventually, Thu does that for her. Brianna Clark heads it forward. Thomas is on side here. Tries to flick it forward to Saad, but can't find her. Riaga now. Can't bring it under the spell. Al Thomas is in well. Ball forward by Shalakian is rushed. And then we get a bit of aerial ping pong. Eventually bring it down. Fernandez. Lazayak, the goal scorer. Nice ball through to Peake, but the ball forward is poor to Ebony McShue. Sure, this ball is still in. Too many players calling for the ball to be theirs for a throw-in. Oh, that's not a good ball from Sproul, and Coleman had to be right on a bike to get that one free as the ball comes towards our, guess you call it a box here, commentary scaffolding. One of the finest scaffoldings, I must say, in all of the NPL grounds around New South Wales. Maybe that's an article that should be for the New South Wales football team, media team. Best scaffolds. Maybe not. Probably be the only person who reads it. Throw in for Olympic. Enough scaffold talk. Back to the game. 9 minutes to go. Here's Gordon to Fernandez. Be a throw for Olympic. Could have gone anybody's way. All of that. There was actually a substitution for the home side, which I will get for you now. Hayley Shannon is on. It was Claudia Shalakian who came off. Nice work there by Moore. She's got some pace too. O'Donnell is getting back. And then Johnson steps in to support. Headed out there for a corner. Chance here for the Ravens. They haven't been as good in this second half, must be said. That opening 20 minutes was great to watch, but it's sort of dropped the quality since. But can they score from a corner? There's a lot of wind coming through, so this one's surely going towards the back post. I was right, and there is the substitute in Shannon, but it was well punched away by Clark. Long throw from Buccini, who switched over to the left-hand side for the ball. Forward from the throw, but doesn't work out. Clark with a unique throw into the ground. McShushaw. Nice cut out there by Shannon. Wants to find Thomas, still going here. Shannon does so eventually. Thomas just trips on the ball. An Olympic come away. Well in by Shannon, she's won it again. Tries to find Saad, doesn't get it to her. Moore will pick this up and go. Still going here, Moore. Wonderful little run. Sarah Moore trying to just jink her way forward. Datsko plays it in towards Thomas. Jumps high and doesn't get there. It would have been difficult to score from there. The cross didn't have much power on it. The wind held it up very badly for Moore's cross. Or, excuse me, Datsko's cross, I should say. Here's Shannon now. Look, Goodson's coming on. The ball forward into Thomas. Will this patch kindly. Does it on that occasion. Still with Shannon. Working tirelessly. Ball in now towards Saad, but it'll be headed away by Skuriaga. Shannon gives away a needless foul. Allen wins it well. Shannon wins it back again off Gordon. Ball forward, back to Thune, not with a great touch. Can Saad steal in here? No, the big centre half was too good on the ball again. Datko gets it through to Saad. Tries to go out Johnson. Does get it through, still going here Saad. Tripped and a free kick in a very promising position. Well, 5 minutes to go here at Christie Park. And we have a great opportunity here for the Gladesville Ravens to potentially snatch the lead back. Skuriaga is complaining. There's no doubt about it. There was a trip there. A skillful Saad. Just managing to get that trailing leg of an Olympic defender to bring it aground. And now she will take this free kick. It's a very short 10 metres, one might add here. On the referee. They're still creeping forward here. Here comes Saad now. Drills it straight into the wall, and that's because the wall was only 6 metres back. So I do feel a little bit aggrieved there for the Ravens. And the coaching staff on the sideline were also saying that. And in the end, we have an anticlimactic free kick, which is often the case, obviously, from the set piece. Bikini, long throw. Headed on into the mixer, but dealt with eventually by Olympic, and then Peak. I don't know if she was trying to go for a ball up to McShoe Shaw. Gordon goes all the way back to Clark. That now to Peak. He loses it to Thomas initially, but recovers well. It's full two. It's Gordon who has a go. Maxine Peak, make sure it doesn't go much further. Maya Fernandez looks for Zayek, but that was always going to be difficult to keep in. Thomas needs to keep this in. She does. It looked like it had gone out of play. Hall's looking for an option forward. Goes long over to Saad. Flags down for now. Saad stayed on her feet. I was surprised that the forward stayed on her feet. If she'd gone to ground, it would have certainly been a second penalty. Clark definitely touched her as a substitution is being made by the away side. On comes Isabella Antoniou for nobody at this stage. No one wants to come off. Call hasn't been made. It's going to be Maxine Peak here, the captain, coming off. Had a very vigorous outing. With only just a couple of minutes remaining here. This game is heading towards a potential 1-1 draw. Ball there by Baldana. Batsko then just finds it straight to Skuriaga. This needs to be cut out quickly because Halls was onto it. Sproul now. Surges forward but gives it away, and now Gordon wants McShoe Shaw to make a run. That's not the way that the striker was running. And then the Ravens deal with the danger. Thu heads it back into the mixer. And Shannon flicks it on to Thomas, who will keep this in. Now plays it forward to Saad. Nice touch off her back. One-on-one here with Thu. Lovely cut on the inside. Still going here, Saad. Looking for a way through. Saad with an effort. Oh, it would have been a wonderful late goal. She did the hard part, but then just couldn't produce the power when needed. And now Brianna Clark is down with an injury. Oh, that's a poor giveaway there. And now the Ravens look to steal the points late. Sproul finds Halls. Down to Thomas. The call for help. Here's Shannon. Thu went to ground. Plays it back to Sproul. Shaw though, too strong and wins it back. Fernandez loses though. Here's Saad. Saad with an opportunity. Saad! Oh, it was a wonderful strike, but Baxter Thu's there to cover. Moore keeps it in still. Looks for options. Oh, she had Shannon in the middle. Chose to go back to Saad. And then it's a pretty poor clearance by Fernandez. And then hoisted away eventually by Thu, who's been a monster in this second half. That shot from Saad was sailing towards goals. Cheney now whips it into the mixer, but it doesn't make it past the near post. In the end, it's looking like it's going to be that one chance that's going to rescue the points here today for Olympic. They haven't really had that many. They've managed to take it when it comes. There is the goal scorer, Lazayek, trying to flick it forward. Gordon tries to get it forward. Well intercepted there, though. And now Skuriaga tries to race onto the end of this. Sproul will get there and then see it out for a throw. Nice ball forward there by the substitute, Antonio. Peak. Antonio tries to bring it down. Looked like he went out for a throw. Peak apparently kept it in. Sharp tries to find Thomas, can't do so. And then she pinches it. She wants the ball forward. Saad needs to find it. No, it's Thu again with an amazing block. And now Olympic have a late chance here. Lazayek plays it down onto to her left foot. Has to cut back because there's no one in the box. Finds Shaw. Baldana tries to play it in, but it's just too heavy. And Fernandez is there. Oh, what a late chance that was there. Saad should have gone earlier to Shannon. Oh, that's a good ball forward. Maya Fernandez. Ebony Shaw. Oh, and she gives it away. Here's Halls now. Plays it forward. Saad. He's nudged in the back. Late free kick here. That's probably the last chance here, you would think. Moore is free out on the left. They don't choose to use her. I'm surprised they're going to try the long one here. The wind has died down momentarily. Here it comes. Datsko. Hacked badly. Thomas back into the mixer. There's no one there for a Ravens player. And the referee blows full time on what has been an intriguing encounter between the Gladesville Ravens and Sydney Olympic. Full time here. 1-1 between these two. A fair result, one might say. A tale of two halves. And few opportunities. Some telling moments between the two were denied by some blistering keeping and excellent defending. But the early goal to Sarah Passaforo cut out just past the hour mark by Lazayek from the corner to mean both these sides share the points here at Christie Park on match day 1. My thanks to you for joining in, everyone. We've got plenty more football coming your way. The season has only just begun, and we are looking forward to what is going to be another blistering season of NPL action in 2025. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we look forward to seeing you all next week. My name's John Mazzuto. For the final time, the score wraps up here. Gladesville Ravens 1, Sydney Olympic 1.
Scaffold. Mate, bring it to the national stage, I say. It's the best scaffolding.
The best stadium scaffolding.
This one's up there.
This one's up there. It's better than Rockdale Sports Centre. That's for sure. It's got a roof. Most places do have a grandstand there. Manly's got a Homer Park's got a stand. Up here you're in a scaffolding too actually, because they don't let you. Well, you can't call on the other side because the ground announcer gets the box, and then the rest is all the members section. So you're on the scaffolding on that side.
I'm seeing a bit of a rivalry to start here, you know.
It's got the best scaffolding. There's three off the top of my head.
I mean, if it's a boring game, just something to play out.
Yeah. That's about scaffolding. Oh, dude. Sometimes. The crates worked well in the end as well. Oh, even I forgot my table and chair. I was like, oh shit. Scaffolding usually just collects things over time. Like but towards the end of the season, you've almost got like a kitchen up here.
I thought Boo was probably player of the match there.
Yeah, for sure. In the second half, she was immense. She really nullified them in the end. Yeah, she was. Oh, yeah, it was. That was the moment. I came back to haunt them. In the corner, I don't know how they scored from it. She like looped it up and it just like none of them jumped. It was like none of them got any air time, and I was like, "Come on, guys, I could have made that. You guys are talking." And that's an important point for the Ravens, considering they're missing quite a few of their regular starters. Yeah. Anyway, my boy. Yeah, something going on.
My boss is in Holland to have. It's so weird the way this works. I have a supervisor who plays over in Europe. Yeah. They're watching the stream, and then all the stuff I do goes with the actual stream.
Well, at least it's better on an iPad like that. I remember one time I got this gig with this one bloke, and I ended up putting it out before it started. How have you seen if they go into the games and they're like on the phone? Oh, really? And they use where they used to do it. That's right, I like it.
Hey, Richard. Mate, good to be back.
That was fun.
Hey, did I say your daughter's now over there?
Yeah.
Did you say?
Yeah, she's still got another 4 or 5 months to go yet, but she's get her ACL last year. She's here, mate.
Well, that's good. That means you won't be running around every Sunday.
Well, that's true. No more running to Valentine and then coming back here. But I'd rather be running around watching her play than not. But yeah,
That's true.
she'll be back.
Well, very efficient team lineup, so always.
Oh, thanks, mate. I always try to look after you.
You're my number one manager, you know.
Ah, yeah.
I say that to all of them.
Just grab something there for once in the side. Get out of your way.